Sup shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out a track by an act named the Black Comedies titled Streets. Switching over to here, my understanding is that this is Streets in Greek. Black Comedies is a Greek post-punk indie rock band from Thessalonica, GR. And then we've just got Blurry Nights lyrics down here. Music, The Black Comedies, lyrics, Mike Anson, camera, Pedro and Voss, and edit, Final Team. And we've got some links down here, fantastic. And this was released yesterday in New Zealand time, because it's the 23rd of June today in New Zealand. Just a heads up, I'm not super knowledgeable about how music videos are made, so I don't typically talk about the production involved there. My focus for these reviews is the music. Just a little caveat. I'm wondering if we should have subtitles on for this. I guess we could. If it's going to be in Greek, I'm not super knowledgeable about how the Greek language works, but we'll listen to the track anyways, and we are going to hear what we think. It's in... Oh, okay, we can put that down to 1080. We don't need 1440p, that's fine. Let's go. Oh man. Right into it. There is no messing around. The kicks, drum kit. You got some bass, some guitar in there. Very kind of moody vibe to it. Ooh. Like nice amount of reverb to it. Good pace. Very quick. Kind of 8th and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That's quite quick. That's a quick tempo. Kind of like a very kind of misty vibe to it. Oh, cool. Yeah, so the subtitles were a smart idea. So we got blurry lights. Gun. I really love how things have been mixed here. The reverb and a very light, very quick kind of delay on it, like a dun dun. I can kind of hear that on the bass and some of the instruments. It's or at least on the guitar. Sonically, they sound like the elements of the mix fit well together. I like how there's been this development of the vocals in this part. I think having that instrumental at the start to establish the main theme was a smart idea. Narrow streets dark as well. Blurry streets. I'm escaping your garden because the fence appears trashy. Is this people trying to escape where they are because they want a brighter future, or because they feel like they're caged inside or claustrophobic? Oh, the streets remind you of an abandoned garden and you want to escape the streets because they're just so kind of stressful. It's riddled with anxiety. Okay, I can see the connection now. City seems inferior to what it used to be. What it used to be. It's fascinating, actually, this song. I like how this music is kind of melancholic, if not nihilistic. But you still feel like you're kind of going somewhere. It's like this. The music sounds like it's on the road to somewhere, but on the road to nowhere at the same time. Oh, nice little bit of filter work here. These kind of synthy electronic elements are nice. So I'm back with another set of headphones now. Hopefully these will work. I'll just check the volumes up on them. Cool. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Let's go. I'm liking it. There is that kind of light sort of delay, actually. And those kind of electronic sort of synthetic elements to the drums in this bit. I'm not saying that, like, hang on, I've got to be careful here. I'm sure that the drums have been recorded acoustically for sure. There's just an interesting kind of tone to them that has like kind of an early 2000s, like kind of electric kind of vibe to them. I don't know, man. Like, that's some insane cymbal work. If that's really cool, man. Yeah, no, that's phenomenal hi-hat work. That's really good technique. Well done to the drummer on that. Yeah, I think this was an interesting release. 2 minutes. I think it kind of said what it needed to say. Um, it was long enough you to get a basic idea of what the song was about and to kind of get lost in it. It was nice to have the instruments carry the track on the way in and the way out for the vocals to kind of surround it in that latter half and in the middle. I mean, the instrumental performances were solid. The guitar, there was nothing exceptionally ridiculously like technical to it. You had these concepts on each instrument that were kept throughout and developed at certain points. A lot of percussion, like, kind of picked up at the end of the song, but that groove was consistent. That 1, 2, 3, 4, with the kind of hi hats providing the eighth, and yeah, I dig it. I dig it a lot. I think that it's really clever on behalf of the band with how they sort of phrased their instruments and their different parts in this. It sold the story told by the lyrics very well of someone, lost in that garden and just being sick of the cage that they're in and wanting to explore the wider world and look for something better. That they want something fresh and something healthier. And the music that kind of sound mournful of what was lost. It had kind of an emptiness to it with reverb and kind of there were no kind of real kind of chords or harmonies. It was just a melody that continued throughout. I think that's basically all I've really got to say about this. The recording again, the recording was done well. I think that the drums and the bass and the guitar parts and the vocals were recorded cleanly, and they had a really good quality to the actual tone of them. It'll be interesting to see what these guys do next, whether they like record an EP based on this material, like talking about that garden and maybe their escape from there, or how they got into the garden, what things were like before. These are things that, like, when you've got a band who is obviously quite onto it, you'd hope that they'd release more material. It'll be good to see where the Black Comedies go in future, and I think Streets is a great start if they haven't already released more material in the past. And I just to comment on the vocalist, I think he did a really great job of emoting throughout sort of the singing. He repeated the sort of melodies within the verse, clearly understands how to stage a main melody like that, a lead melody, in a way that's meaningful and that people can follow and sort of vibe along to. And I like how there were those rises and how we kind of had like that main theme kind of repeated 3 or 4 times throughout. It was a strong enough kind of musical concept to carry the song for the 2 minutes. I think if the song had been longer than 2 minutes, we would have needed to change up further, had like a different kind of like a quite a reasonably different chord progression or something. But again, that's not what we're dealing with here. We've got a 2-minute song that sounded pretty sick, and that's what matters. So thank you very much for watching this review of the Black Comedies Streets. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please do go check out their various social medias and YouTube. Stay cool and stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need all the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on. Catch you in the next review. Spider hands out.